Hey Buns, so today I wanted to talk about my biggest gaming achievement ever. Yes, this week I managed to actually clear the Epic of Alexander Ultimate. What a journey this has been. I cannot believe that actually happened. It took about 70 hours of prog, I would say, maybe a little more. And it has definitely been the most intense, most fun experience I've had in a game. And it was equally terrifying and fun. Like both of those things at the same time. They say the part of your brain that processes being excited also processes being anxious. And it was very much, that's where I thrive though. Like that's where I find the most enjoyment, is when I'm like also afraid a little bit. Like that's the thrill-seeking behavior that I do. So yeah, I actually did attempt it not long after it had originally released, and I went in with a different group, and we were struggling. Like the first time that I went in with that other group, we did not manage to clear Living Liquid, and we were on it for like a month. I got really discouraged and disheartened, and I thought, well, maybe I just can't handle this. Like maybe it's just not going to be something that I will even enjoy. That was something that kind of put me off it and made me not want to prog it again. I had actually, after that experience, that was very, very terrible. I was like, I don't think I'm going to be doing Ultimate anymore. Like, I just don't think that this is fun for me. This is way too punishing, and I'm not having a good time. But went back in, and maybe it just helped that I had a lot more Savage experience under my belt. I mean, this was the first expansion where I cleared every Savage fight, so I was maybe more prepared this time, but we went in, and it helped that there were 3 people in my group who did clear before, so we had some people that were more experienced, and I think that did help a lot. I'm just sort of kicking myself right now for telling myself that I would hate Ultimate, that this was going to be, like, here's how I had built up Ultimate in my mind, right? I had told myself, this is going to be taking up so much of your time, and this is going to prevent you from having any fun at all, and you are not going to be able to even, like, do a good stream. Like, you're not even going to be able to pay attention to the chat. You're not going to be able to talk about anything. This is going to consume you mind, body, and soul, and nothing else will exist outside of this, and you're going to be trapped in this arena for, like, who knows how long, and it's going to be so punishing, and you might make a mistake because you don't have a very good attention span. Like, I had built up all of this crap for myself, like, of all these, like, honestly, things that ended up not being true at all. But I noticed that even after couple of raid nights, 2 or 3 raid nights, just getting through the first part, I realized this is actually pretty fun. I like doing this. It's a good time. I can tell you that I thoroughly enjoyed the journey. The journey has been just as fun as the achievement of actually clearing the fight. Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god. I need to get in the job. Room's in it. I'm in this one.
Oh,
we got it. Oh my god! Oh my god! I will be posting the VOD of the clear here on YouTube. I don't know if it's going to be out before or after this video goes up, but I definitely was not playing my best in this video. Like, I wouldn't necessarily copy what I'm doing in the video because there was so much panic. Like, I'm trying to keep my cool in the video. I'm like trying to seem like I'm calm and cool and collected, but internally I'm just like, whoa! Another thing, you might also, if you watch the VOD, you might also find it a little weird that our group did not have callouts. I don't really know how this happened. And I think that it is not normal for us to have so few callouts throughout the fight, but I guess in the case of Ultimate, it is more or less understandable. Yeah, you might hear some callouts in the final phase because you really need them there. Like, it's going to be much harder if you don't have the callouts for, like, things like stillness, where your character has to be completely still. No animations at all. Like, you have to react to that very quickly. Or motion, which is the opposite. You got to be like bouncing around or you'll die. So we needed callouts for those things, but you might find it odd that we didn't have callouts for the majority of the fight. And what I wanted to say was that in Ultimate, it kind of makes sense because each player has so much personal responsibility at every minute of the fight. Like, at pretty much every second of the fight, if one player makes a slightly wrong move, it can mean a wipe for the whole group. And I think that was one of the things that made progging through this so punishing and so difficult, because the further you get into the fight and you need to practice like the final phase, you still have to have really solid consistency on the previous phases to actually make it to the final phase, to practice that final phase. And that's when it starts to get really, really frustrating and really just like mentally taxing. There's a lot of mental stamina that you need to make it through these very long pulls, because I think the fight in its entirety is about 19 minutes long, something like that, 18 or 19 minutes long. And so because of that, it's like you start to get a little comfortable on the previous phases, and then they just kick you in the ass. And it feels terrible to be like, you're trying to learn phase 4, and here you are dying on phase 1, you know? And then you get more frustrated, you get more tired, and it's like, we definitely did have nights where it felt like we were just not getting anywhere at all. I'm really fortunate that I had such a supportive and chill group to do this fight with, because I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much. I don't think that I would have been able to like remain calm enough to maintain my focus during the fight if everyone in the group had not been so chill and so nice and so patient, because there were definitely nights where I was like responsible for the majority of wipes that we had. There were nights when I just made the same stupid mistakes over and over, like on limit cut. There were times when like I got the 3 marker on my head, and there's like a specific spot where you need to stop. And I would just keep going past it, and then be like, oh no, and like kill everybody. That happened a lot. Other side.
Too far. Here.
What? But none of these times did the group get upset with me. Did they scream at me? Were they rude to me? And I am incredibly grateful for that. And I just hope that if you're considering doing Ultimate, if you look for a group, you're playing with the group, and people are not acting that way, there's no excuse for it. Because you don't need to act that way to get a clear. You're just actually making people stressed out, and I think it is detrimental to your progress. One thing that I saw a lot of WoW players comment on, people that were watching my stream, was that, oh, it's so nice, like how quickly you can recover from a wipe. And I think that's one of the reasons why it's easier to not get super tilted when somebody wipes the group, because after a wipe, you're just like, okay, we're back at it. You jump right back into the fight. You don't have to like run back all the way from the start. You don't have to like, oh, now we all have our food is gone. We have to put the food table back up. You don't have to worry about any of that. It's like, oh, we wiped. Okay, let's start over. For me, I think the most terrifying mechanic of the fight was wormhole. And I was streaming it, and I remember I had a number where all I had to do was, I noticed I have number 3. Okay, so I go to the spot, I wait for Brute Justice to jump on my head, I press arm's length, and then I like move ahead a little bit towards the wall. Oh, I should have been looking out. And like someone in the stream chat was like, oh, that's it? You just move towards the wall? It looks like a really simple mechanic. And I guess it does, but it just, there's a lot of precision there and a lot of nuance that you don't see. But even me saying it out loud, it seems like that it couldn't be easier. There's nothing easier than that. Why is wormhole so terrifying and so difficult? Well, it's because, let me try to explain. I mean, you could get any number. You might not always get 3, and the different numbers can make you do different things. And maybe it's just that you're like so far ahead in the fight that there is a lot of pressure. And so the further you get in the fight, the more scary it is to make a huge mistake and ruin everyone's day. So maybe it's just like that mechanic wouldn't be so scary if it was in phase 1, right? But it's really scary because it's in phase 3, near the end of phase 3. If you're thinking about getting into Ultimate, you should clear the current Savage tier first. Like, that's step 1. And not just clear it, but do your best to perform to the best of your ability. And I don't know if you'll need like an abacus to to do that, to figure out what your damage is like. Maybe Stone Sky Sea, because I don't know of any other way. But you want to like try to do the Savage tier, do a good job, and then look at your local data center Discord for people that are recruiting there. You might want to just look in as many places as possible and look everywhere. You know, I know the Reddit, Final Fantasy 14 subreddit Discord has recruitment channels too. So, I mean, the more places you look, the more chances that you're going to find what you're looking for. I think now is a really good time to get into Ultimate because we're waiting for Endwalker. And, well, first you'll need to clear the Savage tier if you haven't done that. So that should keep you kind of busy for some time. And, we have the new Ultimate raid coming in 6.1. So that's the Dragon Song War Ultimate that we're all looking forward to. That is coming in the first major patch after Endwalker drops. And so you will be ready for that then. Like now that I've cleared T, I have been setting my sights on like what's the next Ultimate I want to do. Like I honestly, one of the main reasons I decided to do T in spite of my reservations was because I wanted the weapon. The weapon looks amazing. I finally got my dancer weapon. It looks really good. It's awesome. But now that I've got my weapon, I want to do more ultimates just for the experience because I had so much fun clearing T, and I'm looking forward to clearing it again to get more weapons. Like the Dragoon weapon looks really nice. Next one I go for will probably be Uwu, and Ukaba I'll save for last. By far the most epic, insane, adrenaline rush, crazy like high. I'm still feeling like I'm on this high from clearing Ultimate, and I hope that more people will give it a try. I noticed that not very many people have cleared this fight, and that's a shame. I think more people are capable of it than they realize. You just need patience. You just need to go in with the right attitude. I hope you like this video. It's just a quick chat about my experiences with Ultimate so far, and hopefully I'll be able to do another one when I clear future Ultimates, possibly. Thank you for watching, and of course, as always, if you enjoy the videos that I make, consider supporting this channel on Patreon or on Twitch. You can also support the channel for free by clicking the subscribe button or by sharing this video with your fellow Warriors of Light. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.